Hey there, this is Todd from websitesmadesimple.org, and I'm going to show you how to make an amazing website, and it's going to look good on any device, and we're going to do it in under 15 minutes, so stay tuned. Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you how to create your very own website, and it doesn't matter at all if you don't have any technical ability. That shouldn't be a concern. All you have to do is follow along, and I'll show you how to make a website exactly like this. Let me scroll down here so you can see some of the content. And this is exactly what your website will look like when we're done. It'll have all of these images and all of the content filled in. Alright? And the great thing about this is, first of all, we're going to do it in only 3 steps. Now, that might be hard to believe, but to be honest, there are a few small steps in between those, but basically just 3 steps, and I'll go over those here shortly. And then next, we're going to do it in less than 15 minutes. And I know for a fact that on YouTube there are a lot of videos about how to make a website, and most of them take at least an hour, and if they don't take that long, then they're not teaching you how to really build a website and end up with something that looks like this here. So what I'm going to do is going to show you how to build this exact website with all the content, images, and text in there and everything. It'll look exactly like this when you're done in less than 15 minutes. So we'll shoot for that, and I'll show you how to do that later. And then lastly, it's going to cost less than $10 a month. Now that may also sound hard to believe, and you might think that it's not going to be a very nice website, but it will be, because it's going to be built on the WordPress platform. And WordPress is very well known and used by companies such as, we'll take a look here, the New York Times, CNN, and Forbes. And you can see here these popular music artists like Arcade Fire, Jay-Z, Katy Perry. They all use WordPress. Scroll down here, GM, UPS, eBay, Sony, they all use WordPress. So you can see you'll be in very good company, along with the other 65 million people who use WordPress on a daily basis. So next, let's take a look at what your website is going to look like. First of all, it's going to have a home page with a slider on it. And you probably saw that before. That's what this is here. You got these little controls if you want, but it allows you to display different pieces of content on your home page, and that's kind of what makes them popular, because they look good, and you can display like 3 or 4 pieces of content here. So when you create your site, you'll have these images there, and it'll look exactly like this at first, but you can change it and obviously put your own images in there, and we'll show you how to do that probably in another tutorial. Second, your website is going to have a blog page for new posts. So we'll click on the blog page here, and you can see there are a number of posts that I've created here, just sample posts, and all these will be in there as well when you create your site, and then you can change those with your own posts. So the next thing your site will have is a newsletter opt-in form, and it's going to have that in 2 different places. In the sidebar here, you can see subscribe to our newsletter, and down here in the footer as well. Now you can put that there if you want, or you can move it anywhere you'd like, but that's where it's going to be at first. And it's not just for newsletter, you can use it for other kinds of opt-ins if you want to. And then the next thing is a contact page with a form, and this will be so that people can get in touch with you. This is a little plugin we use, and you can have people enter their information, and then do the CAPTCHA, and then submit, and it'll go to your email address, and you'll receive that. So something that's very handy, and the CAPTCHA is nice because it keeps spammers away. So the next thing you'll have is the website itself will be fully responsive. Now, if you don't know what that means exactly, it just means that your website will look good on any device. So if you're looking at an iPhone or an iPad or an Android phone or a Kindle or PC or Mac, whatever it is, your website will basically resize to the size of the browser that you're viewing it in, so it'll look really good no matter what device you're looking at it on. And that's a really huge benefit because it's actually predicted that by the end of 2013 or in 2014 sometime, more than half of all the traffic on the internet will be coming from mobile devices. So as you can see, if that is true, now more than ever, it's important to have a mobile-ready website, one that will be fully responsive and be able to display on any device out there. So let's look at that real quick, what that looks like. I'll show you, I'll just drag the corner of this page over here, and you can see all of the content resizes based on the size of the browser, and it all works just the same as if it were at the normal resolution out here. So that's a huge huge benefit to building a website that's fully responsive. Alright, I think we're just about ready to get started building the website, but before we do, let's take a look at the 3 steps that we're going to go through along the way. So first, you're going to need to get a domain and hosting, and we're going to do that with HostGator. It should take 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll walk you through that. The second thing you're going to do is install WordPress and some plugins. And WordPress can be installed with 1 click, and plugins take about 3 clicks each. It's just point and click, and I'll walk you through that. And then the third step is you're going to install and set up a theme. And that takes a little bit longer than the other steps, but by the time we're done, we should still be under 15 minutes. So I'll walk you through all of that. If you don't understand what I'm talking about right now, don't worry about it. It'll all become clear as we go along. So we'll go through it step by step and take it slow. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we're ready to start building your website now. If you want to start a timer and see if we can get that done in under 15 minutes, go ahead and do that. And we'll start with step 1. You're going to need to get a domain and hosting, and we're going to use HostGator for both of those things. The domain will be $12.95 a year, and the hosting will be $8.95 per month. And the great thing is you can get the first month for 1 cent. So there's pretty much no risk involved there. Just go to this, go to my website here, this URL, websitesmadesimple.org/1 cent. And you can either type that into your address bar there, or I'll put a link down below and you can click on that. After you click on that, then you'll go to this page here, and you can say either register a new domain, or you can say I already own this domain. So we'll just pretend like we're going to register a new domain here and put that in and make sure it's available, and then move down and select our package type. Basically the hatchling, there are there's 3 here, but the first one, the hatchling, is you can put 1 domain under your account, and the second one you can put unlimited domains under your account. The baby is $1 more, but we'll stick with the hatchling, and I'd recommend that, and then you can upgrade if you need to later. Then select your username and security PIN and decide whether you want to pay by credit card or PayPal, whichever is easiest for you. Make sure all of these are unselected down here, and then type in the coupon code 1 cent, and then click on validate, and it should validate that for you. And if you're going to pay for more than 6 months up front, I would put 25%, so 25 PERCENT, and that'll give you a better value than this 1 month coupon. And then scroll down here and make sure your total is correct. If you're purchasing a domain, it should be $12.96, $12.95 for the domain and 1 penny for the hosting. And if not, it should total, if you're not purchasing a domain, it should just total 1 penny. And then click on the I have read and agree to the terms and conditions, and then finally click on create account, and that will create your account. And after you're done going through the payment process, I won't walk you through all that because I just have to blur it out, but after you're done, they'll send you a welcome email, and just retrieve that welcome email because it'll have all the details that you need for the next step. So, and then we'll move on to step number 2. Okay? And moving right along, we're going to install WordPress and some plugins. So WordPress can be installed with 1 click, literally. It's very simple, and the plugins take about 3 clicks each. And then as we go along, we'll set up WordPress and the plugins. We'll do some configurations. Go ahead and retrieve the welcome email that was sent to you by HostGator. It should look something like this, and it'll have your username and password up here, and it'll give you a link to access your cPanel. If you click on that, it'll take you here to log in, enter your username and password, go ahead and log in, and this is the control panel for your server. Go ahead and scroll all the way down here to the software and services section, and click on quick install, and then find WordPress in the left hand column here and click on continue in the middle. And what you'll have to do here is select the domain where you want to install WordPress on. For most of you, you only have one domain, and that's what is going to be selected here already, so you don't need to select anything from the drop down. And then you fill in your information here. As I've done, you can use, for the admin user, you can use your own name or admin, whichever you'd like, and then click on install now, and it'll give you a progress bar here. And that's it. Congratulations, you're done. And before you do anything else, you want to copy this password here. I recommend writing it down, or at least copy it to the clipboard, or paste it in a text file or something like that. Whatever you do, make sure you don't lose it, because it'll cause all kinds of problems. And click on this link here right above, and we're going to log in to our new site, Todd, and then I'll paste the password in there and log in, and here's the back end to our new site. And before we do anything else, we want to go change that password from the default one to your own custom password. So I just went to users and your profile, and this is your profile. You need to scroll all the way down here and enter your new password. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oops. And click on update profile, and that'll update your profile so you can use your new password to log in now. And then we're going to go over here to plugins, and we're going to add a few plugins. So we'll click on add new, and the first plugin that we want to install is the coolest one because it will allow us to install several plugins at once. It's called Plugin Central. Go ahead and click install now, and then OK. When it comes up, activate that. And you should see it show up here in the left hand side under plugins. Click on Plugin Central, and we're going to copy and paste a list of the plugins that we want to install. I'll provide that in the resources section, and then click install plugins down below, and it will install all of those for us. And after it's done, click on installed plugins over on the left hand side here, and we're going to go down and click on the plugins that we had just installed. We need to activate those, and go down, and then at the bottom click on activate and apply, and that will activate all those plugins. And then we just need to deactivate a couple. The first one is this Jetpack by WordPress.com. Let's deactivate that, and then down here WP Supercache, let's deactivate that as well. And then up here we can get rid of this message by saying disable vCETA. And then we're finished. We've installed WordPress and all our plugins, and we're ready to move on to step number 3. So in step 3, we're going to install and set up a theme. Actually, we're going to install a parent and a child theme. Then we're going to import some data, some images and text, so that our website looks good. And then we're going to configure our widgets. So let's go ahead and get started with installing our theme. And we need to get the files first, and you can download them from my website, websitesmadesimple.org, and go to /pythias-theme-files, and then save it to somewhere where you can easily access it. I put it on my desktop, and then I'm going to go there and unzip it, and now I can access those files. And I'll go to, we need to install the theme first, so go to Appearance and then Themes, and then Install Themes, and then go to Upload here. And next we need to choose the file for the theme that we want to upload. So on my desktop, if you go, that's where I downloaded it and unzipped it. You should have that folder. Go inside of there, and then pythias.zip is the file that I want to install. And click on Install Now. And after it finishes, I'm not going to activate it, return to Themes page. And install themes, we're going to install the child theme for that, and we'll activate that one. So we'll upload and choose a file, and this time we'll choose Pythias child theme. There we go. And install now. And this one we want to activate, so click on activate, and now we have Pythias child theme activated. And let's move on, keep moving to the next step. So before we import all of our data, we want to get rid of the data that WordPress has in there. So just click on posts, and they have a post in there we want to get rid of. Click on trash, and that'll get rid of that. And then click on pages, and we want to get rid of that sample page in there. Click on trash. And then next we want to go change our permalinks. If you don't know what those are, don't worry. Basically, it's the way that when you write a post or an article or something, the way that it looks after it's written, it attaches it to the end of your URL. And then after that, we're going to go to set our social icons. So go to Appearance and then Theme Options. And then here you should have, you can put in your links to your social icons, put in whichever ones you want, and then after you're finished, click on Save Options. And then next, moving right along, we're going to import our data now. So go to Tools and then Import, and then we need to go to WordPress. And then choose the file to upload, and it's going to be this one right here, import.xml. Double click that and upload file and import, and then select the user you want to import it under, and make sure you select this option here, and then submit it. Oops. And it might give you some errors like this. Just ignore those. Everything should be fine. And then from there we're going to go to settings, and then reading, and we want to set this this setting right here as a static page. Oops. And the front page we're going to set to home, and then the post page we're going to set to blog, and then go to Save Changes. And the last thing we're going to do is set our menu. So go to Appearance and Menus, and make sure that Main Menu is selected here, and then click Save. And we're finished with setting up all of our stuff there. Next, we're going to go configure our widgets in the sidebar and in the footer. So to do that, we're going to go over here to Widgets, and then we're going to open the widget areas that we want to install widgets on, the blog and the 4 footer widgets, and just click on those. And the first one we're going to install is TinyMCE in the blog area, and I'm going to paste some dummy text in there and put my cursor right at the beginning of that, and then I'm going to add some media. What I'm going to do is upload my avatar, and after it uploads, I'm going to click Insert into Post, and then I'm going to click on Copy the HTML, put your cursor in there, Control A, Control C, and then and then let's go make sure we save this, and we can go ahead and close that. And then we want the same one down here, so let's drag that to footer number 1, and we need to go to HTML and paste that in there, and then give it the same title, and then go down here and save it, and go ahead and close that. And then the next one we want is WYSIJA subscription. We'll put that right underneath there, and we also want that in footer area number 4, so I'll go ahead and throw that down there, and just save it just to make sure. And then we'll go back up here, and what we need to do is edit this form here, because the way the standard one looks is a little bit different, and we just want to add a couple fields. First of all, the first name field. You don't have to do this, but it's kind of my preference, and then the text, so we can put some instructions in there. Let me recopy this and paste that in there, and we don't need all of this, so get rid of that and say done, and then make sure to save it here. And then we can go back to our widget area, and click on save, and we can close that. And then let's go get WordPress popular posts. I want to put that here and right underneath the newsletter form, and we're going to say show 5 posts, and this is all time, and we want to show or display a post excerpt. For post type we want, we don't want pages in there, so we're going to erase that, and we're going to say display post thumbnail, and uncheck that, display post count, we don't want that, and then we got to go change our thumbnail size here and put 50 by 50 in there, and go ahead and save. And after we save, let's close that, and then we want to put this down here in the footer widget area number 2 as well. This has a little bit different settings, so this is going to only show 3 posts, and this will be all time as well. And then display, or no, we don't want that. We don't want pages in there, so take that out. And we do want to display the thumbnail and leave the count in there. We'll save it, and let's go change this again, 50 by 50, and that should be good. We'll save that and close it. And then in the third footer widget down there, we want recent posts with thumbnails, so we'll drag that down there and put that in, and let's title that just recent posts. And let's say the number to show, let's put 3 in there, and click on save. And then the last one is categories. I want to put that right below here, and we'll title that categories, and save. And that's it. We should be done. Let's go take a look at the site and see what it looks like. There we go. We've got everything in there. On the home page, let's look at the blog. The sidebar looks good there. Got everything in. And let's look at the contact page. Yep, we've got our contact form with our CAPTCHA in there. And we've got all our social icons up here as well. And everything looks good. So that's it. That's the website. Nice looking website. You put your own content in there and you'll be ready to go. One last thing, if you want to get rid of this bar up here, you can do that. You can disable that by going to, let's go back to the dashboard and go to users and your profile, and there should be a checkbox here. Show toolbar when viewing site. Uncheck that and then update your profile. And then it's, for some reason it leaves a password in here. Make sure that's unchecked again, and then update profile. And let's just take this last part of the URL off there, and there we go. We've gotten rid of that toolbar up there, so looks good. Alright, that's your site. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, and one more thing, if you liked this video, there's going to be more. I'm going to do more tutorials just like this, where I create a website with a WordPress theme and do it, try to do it in under 15 minutes. So if you like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll be notified when those new videos come out. So also I'll put a link if you have questions. Like I said, you can ask in the comments down below, or I'll put a link to a forum on my website where you can ask questions and I'll answer them there. And that's it. Enjoy your website.